Hi, this is Kim Pinkney and welcome to my channel. Alrighty, so today I am working on another idea for a Christmas present for one of my friends. And all my friends seem to be gamers, so I'm going to be drawing up some gaming things. My son, this one right here I had done for him. I'm thinking about making these into coasters, and if they really like them, I could put them onto t-shirts. And my son pretty much raised on video games like as much as I was raised on cartoons when I was growing up, and just made a little grunny that he likes from Gaia, and pretty much just made it into him. And Death Style is his like handle when he plays like some video games, so that was for him. Yesterday I had worked on Usopp. My other friend loves this character, so I made him into a gamer, and he's basically saying the same thing, this game cheats. His wife is totally into WoW. They almost play it as a family, and so her favorite character is something Sylvana, the wind something or other, and I'm not into WoW, obviously. But I was looking up the character, and she's also into the Little Mermaid, so I'm thinking about doing a kind of a mashup between the two, calling her like the Little Warchief or the Little Lich Queen or whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to show you from beginning to end how I do this sort of thing. So I start off by looking up source images. So I need a picture of Savannah, the Little Mermaid, and I had an idea based off of a oh my god, it's one of my favorite anyway, you'll see it, a t-shirt design that I saw, and I thought, oh my god, this would be so cute, but I'd like it in another style. So I'm going to show you the source images that I found. This is going to drive me nuts not remembering. It was, let me look it up real quick and I'll share it with you guys. And I was just inspired by this particular shirt. Let's see, where's the shirt design? This one. Come on, show. Raid night. And I'm thinking, because she likes to play computer games, and I'm like, okay, and well, it's on the computer, so I'm thinking I can either do a chibi version of the Little Mermaid doing Raid Night, or I can do the mashup of the two doing Raid Night, and then with a little caption that says something like, all shall love me in despair, or something like that, for hers. So this is the inspiration, and my friend, and then also the Little Mermaid and the Savannah character. Okay, let's see. I want to give them proper credit. Let's see. T-Turtle. I always have like a whole bunch of t-shirts coming to my email, and I'll just pop open one of their things that they spam me with, and I love some of the artwork, but I'm like, oh, this is so cute, but definitely inspired. So T-Turtle, check them out. You might find something that you like. But when you can't find the thing that you like, you're just gonna have to, if you can't find the Batman that you want, you gotta make the Batman that you can afford. Okay, so Bruce Wayne, it may be Bill Wayne or Little Wayne, whatever it is. But anyway, let me get started. So I started off with I brought in, I'm going to probably get rid of this game cheats because I'm going to do something different. I'm keeping my signature and the circle that I'm going to basically use to put around her as my barrier. So I'm thinking I'm going to try to stylize maybe two different versions. Either like the one where it's just Little Mermaid, because her whole bathroom is like Little Mermaid, or at least it was. Let's see. So I'm going to start off with my soft brush. I'm going to bring it down, and if I have enough time, I'm going to color it digitally, but I'm also going to have a version that is black and white so that I can transfer it onto a t-shirt. And I just want to experiment on like my sacrificial cricket infusible shirt, and before I actually put it onto the final version, I'm going to have to get a shirt that she can fit and stuff like that, or get a coaster. Okay, so let me go ahead and get started. Again, this right here was my inspiration. So I'm trying to decide, do I want to make a chibi version, or do I want to make another version just like I did, closer to like the fan art type of thing. So I'm going to play around a little bit and see which one I like the best, and go ahead and get started with that. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and draw up my characters. Also, I don't always just rely on the thing that inspired me. I look for other source images. And let me get on down here and show you the other image that I had an idea for. Now this one also helped me with my grunny. So this was going to be the original one, but I didn't see a picture of Sylvana at this angle. So I'm like, and it kind of loses you. Like, I want the person to be the focus and not like the computer screens and stuff like that. So that pose is going to be out. Let me see. I want to bring this. There we go. And we'll just move this over. And so I found another one. Let me see. There was another one that inspired me. And it was someone playing. It's not important. But yeah, what I do is I usually have, I use my Google Slides, and I just like plop images to help me with my sources. And it's just, and also use my Google Docs in order to get my images from my my iPad to my computer. And you can see, like, here are the source images for the Usopp idea that I had. I took this guy here, this hand here, and these clothes. So it's like, in order to make like a whole fresh new, oh yeah, she's Sylvana on this one. To make a whole fresh new character, you're going to use a lot more than just one or two source images. So I'm thinking I'm going to do Sylvana, her World of Warcraft outfit. But I'm going to use I apologize, I've got coffee in my throat. Okay, so I got Little Mermaid here, and then I'm going to use kind of like the Little Mermaid hair. Her hair is different, but I want to try to keep that going. And Savannah's got this, so we'll give her the fluffy mermaid hair. And I'll probably keep it, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it red or if I'm going to make her a blonde. If I make her a blonde, it's like I just want to have an equal mix of the two. And then I'm going to give her like an expression like grr. But have her like with the Little Mermaid eyes. We'll zoom on in. This thing is, it keeps stopping on me. There we go. Take it nice and smooth, Kim. No rush. Well, actually, there is a rush. I gotta go in a few hours. Okay, so we'll just get the initial sketch going. So I know she's going to have the blue skin. So we'll keep the red hair. Get rid of everything we don't need. I'm a lot more messier in my... It's almost like a warm-up sketch too. You know, like, let's see, we'll bring this way. So it's kind of like I'm loosening up as I'm doing this, and by the time it's time for me to leave, that's when I'm like, oh, I'm all warmed up, I'm ready to go. Okay, so we'll have the mouse in this hand, keyboard in this hand. And then we'll like go crazy on those fingers. Let's bring this up a little closer. Let's see, we'll give her a happy. Let's see, and then Savannah's got like the runny mascara look about her. And we'll give her like, I think she had like red eyes. Now, I could also add the mermaid tail, like I did, like on the tea turtle image, and I think that would be kind of cute. So we'll throw give her the headphones, kind of throw the ears up a little bit, like she's really into it. Let's see. And I'm trying to decide, Savannah usually has skulls on her armor, so we'll throw a skull here. And excuse me for a second. Sorry about that. And we gotta have snacks too. Gotta have snacks. So we're gonna use a little bit of Savannah's armor here. We'll put a mouse here that looks like a skull. And let the teeth be the buttons. And then we'll throw the mermaid tail. Oops. Let's reduce her down in size a bit. We can fit in our mermaid tail. Okay, let's get the mermaid's tail. And I think instead of it looking nice like this, I think it should like look a little bit more menacing. Of some sort. I don't like that it's bent like this. Let's see. How should we do it? I kind of like how some of these fishtails are going. So we'll just kind of make her look a little bit more determined. Change the brush here. There we go. We'll have the tail come back towards her. And we'll have it kind of be the same color as her skin, I guess. Be like that death gray look. We'll probably give her a bigger smile or something like that. Let's see. How is she smiling here? Kind of demure. How about this one? That's a little bigger. So we'll kind of keep her lips. We turn her sideways. I haven't figured out how to get these to rotate like it could on the computer. It's like we can only do so much. There we go. So what I'm going to do is once I've got the image on here, I'm going to go ahead and bring it into Adobe Draw and clean up the lines. I'm going to give her thicker eyelashes. There we go. Let's see, and we'll do her lips kind of like Little Mermaid, where she's got like that going on. Kind of flatten. There we go. Now I was playing with the idea of drawing their kids, but I don't. I know their youngest son is he's a gamer. Oh! There was a picture of. Here we go. When I was doing my son's grunnies, I found these little expressions. I thought these would look cool with skulls. Let's see. So let's see if we can convert something like that. Maybe this one here. It's a happy skull. They don't have noses, so maybe we'll keep it small. See, I should make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to make the ears a little bit bigger. So I think the compromise that I'll make is I'll put this up here, the head set. Just, I'll make it a little bit bigger, and then I'll put like little skulls on it, kind of like how she has on her armor. See, we'll do a okay, that looks like a penis. Stop. Let's see. Do this sort of thing. We'll just kind of keep it. We'll do like little random skulls here. Let's see. I think I like this one. Got the little heart. Whoops. Now, one of the things I have to remember to do is if I'm going to transfer it onto the shirt with Cricut infusible ink, that I need to mirror it before I do this. Either here, or I'll do it when I get to Photoshop, because I need to be able to print it from my computer, and then I'll end up having to trace it. Hopefully it's not as bad as yesterday's. And we'll just make this look more like headphones. Oops. Terrible. I think these were better when they were a little bit smaller. Let's see, maybe we'll give it a little bit of a okay. Okay, so for her shoulders here, I'm debating whether or not I want to put the little, I forget what they're called, I think pauldrons? I don't know. Oh, why not? Oh, let's see. Something's got to hold up the bra. You know, it would be kind of cute if they were Mickey Mouse skulls. Yeah, let's do that. Do some mouse skulls. We'll have that. That's assuming that there's bones on a Mickey Mouse. Let's see. Make this one. We'll make this one like a full skull. Make this a little bigger. Bring that. We'll have a boob right here. Have this come in between. Make this one look a little bit more menacing, kind of like the skull that's there. Still keep it kind of cute. This is something that they won't see coming. Okay, so we'll have like these little skulls here. Okay. Let's see. And it's kind of cool that the Little Mermaid also like wears a bra too, so it just kind of fits. Okay, I need to get her hand onto the keyboard. Where did her hand go? Did I erase it? I must have erased it. Okay, this is kind of a boring song. Let's see if we can find something else. Dun, 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 dun. This is supposed to be dreamy and laid back. This is hopeful and restless. Fact of now. It is a fact of now. Now, I wish I could see her face a little bit better to see exactly, you know, what it looks like that's coming down her cheeks. All right, almost there. Now, in the other picture, it had snacks. Should have like a soda that says like blood of my enemies or something, or tears of my enemies. Let's see, the thumb would be closer to the inside, so this is the thumb. Okay. See, I like the idea of having the snacks. And I think I want to call it like, we'll put a name on the, we'll have a bowl. We'll have a bowl instead of that. Let's see, we got like, what should we have in the bowl? It will be chips, but or actually this could be a bag. Just kind of fold it over. I remember seeing a video where if you did something special, you can make your bag sit up or something like that. So we'll do like little maybe even have a little salsa bowl or something like that. Have a drink somewhere. Maybe have like or enjoy it like the Coca-Cola enjoy tears or something like that. Or let me see, let me think. Uh, let's see, instead of it saying Coca-Cola, it would be something like maybe an energy drink or something like that. Triumph energy drink or something like that. Ooh, Monster. Let's see. There was let's see if I can find a cute little monster face. Excuse me. I guess that's gonna be the cuter, the closest to like an angry face I'm gonna get. And make it like a monster energy. Ah, there it is, right there. Call it Spite instead of Sprite. Alright. Maybe something on the chips. Because we're dealing with magic here, folks. Magic, magic, magic. Why not? Okay, and let's see how they did the keyboard. Keep it simple. Oh, okay, just a couple little. Okay, so just kind of do this sort of thing here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring this on into the other program and copy that. There we go. Now I really like this one because it's vector. Let's see, we'll just use this one again. We'll turn that off. Turn turn the background on. Let's see, and image layer, paste image. There we go, and that's good enough for government work. And bump it will fit to view, and then go done. Excuse me. Okay. Draw a layer. We'll drop the opacity on this one a little bit. And this should go relatively fast if I don't screw it up. I'm going to try to keep my little S shapes here. It's almost Cthulhu-like. Almost. Not quite. You know, I wouldn't mind putting like a little horn. Nah. Maybe on these little guys. Let me zoom out a little bit. Some big ass teeth. Too bad she doesn't have earrings. Well, this could be haterade. You see, I'll use the other text. I don't care if it's not perfect. It just gives it a little bit more personality, I think. Funny if I had like little Chinese containers. And my friend being Godzilla or something like that, and they're all like running from Tokyo. Godzilla! Or like little takeout containers. Let's go ahead and whip her face out. B got her. BB got her. Excuse me. Oh, gosh. Don't burp all day and just can't get enough. Just can't get enough. Okay, I need something a little bit more heavy energy. Let's try this one. I'm like, when I'm chilling too hard. Ooh, I don't like that hand. Okay, Kim, what are you doing with these hands? You can only see 3 fingers here. Blue. That's pretty. I should look at those gloves. think she's got something weird on her. One, two, three, four. Ooh, that looks tacky. Let's see. Let's go back. I'm not even looking at my own keyboard. Would solve a lot of problems if I did, but alright. Let's see. I need to see the source image. Because I've got little things dangling off of one shoulder and not the other. I don't know if those are feathers or what. And we'll bring let's see, I need to see some of the detail on the gloves and stuff. So I'm not gonna like copy it exactly. Just kind of get the hint. Let's see. Oops. Yeah, it's not the scale, definitely. Just get enough in there so it looks like her armor. Sorry about that. Let's see. Gotta clear that voice. Let me clear my throat. I'll make these a little bit more pointed. Bring this out a little further. Now when I print this out, if I try to transfer this without tracing the lines, it won't come over. So let's do this. When I bring this image, when I print it out on my computer, I'm going to drop the opacity so that when it prints gray, and I'll be able to see anything that I need to hit. Bring this out a little bit more. She reminds me a little bit of Pensatucky. I think that's what they called her in Orange is the New Black. Okay, I think that's good enough for government work. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off the background layer. Whoops. Just double tap it. And then I can turn off my image layer. Looks like I got pretty much everything. Alright, and I'm going to export that to clipboard. Yeah, I was always wondering, how does this save? Let's see, I can do it as a PDF, PSD. Let me see, image. It doesn't look like it gives me, it'll probably save as a PDF or a PNG. I don't know. Let me see. PNG, yeah. I wonder. I'm wondering if I save it as PNG, if it would be printed. Ooh, I wonder. Let me try something. I'm going to bring it into Illustrator. Okay, I'll play with that later. I want to see if my Illustrator can convert these lines. That way, if I bring it into Procreate, Procreate will draw it for me without having like these weird double lines. Anyway, let's go ahead and I think we've already saved it to our clipboard. We'll come back here. So there's the original image. Oh yeah. Copy this layer. Come back here. Turn that one off and paste. There we go. We'll fit to screen. Well, actually, no. We'll leave it there. We'll turn that on. Now I gotta figure out how I want to do this. Okay, make sure my signature's in there. I could probably go bigger. But first I want to create a text balloon. But I'm trying to decide where I want to put the text balloon. This would be a logical area right up here. Let me see. So I'll create an ellipse, take off the color fill. Let's see. I wish it would like outline it for me. Trying to decide how I want to do it. Let's see, I'll just draw it. Change my brush. Put that back down here to about 10 or 11. Too thin. Let's see, 47. There we go. Now I love that one line, all shall love me and despair, from Lord of the Rings. Oop, what layer is this on? It's on the wrong layer. I want it free-forming. Striped cane. Ooh, lovely. Ugh. Alrighty, let's add some text. I like the Comic Sans type stuff. Let's see, either this one or I like this one a lot. Okay, we'll bring that down a bit. Yeah, my friend's kind of awesome. So it's like, yeah, you can love me in despair. That's cool. Let's see. I'm trying to decide how I want it to fit. All this crap in the way. Let's see. We'll make it a little bigger. And I think there should be like some really weird hearts. Alright, I think that's okay. I'm thinking I want to stack it though. Let's see. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Oh yeah. Select everything and then make it bigger. I just want to make sure the text is a good size. Oops. I just want to bring it up a bit. There we go. I could put a raid night on here. Oh, I forgot to do the other glove with all the love that's on there. So let's go ahead and whip that out. Let's get back on this layer. I'll merge those two together. Whoops. Don't know what happened. Let's merge that down. And I'll leave that alone for now. Okay. Okay, so for those of you who had just joined, I was combining the Little Mermaid with the Sylvana lady, Sylvana Wind something or other, Wind Rider, Windbreaker, I don't know. I'm not a big WoW fan, but wow. Anyway, so I'm combining these two together, and also was inspired by this right here because they raid in the game. So this is what I came up with, and I'll show you how I got there. Let's see. Do a quick replay. And my original thought is to put this image onto a coaster so that when they play their games near their computer and stuff like that, they can rest their drink on my artwork. Goody, 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 goody. So what I also want to do is color these digitally. This one and the one I did for her husband. And I can do those as a print and cut, but also I want to show what it looks like transferring it onto a t-shirt and then coloring it with fabric markers. All I really want is the outline, but because if I use the invisible ink markers, I would have to they don't blend. You know, if I want to get some gradients and things like that going, they're not going to give it to me. It's like coloring with Crayola markers. If you've ever colored with those, you'd know that they're not forgiving as well, unless you know some tricks like I do. But even with my tricks, they don't help me with what I want to do here. I had brought it into another program and outlined it, cleaned up the lines and stuff, and this is the end result. I still have so much room, like right where she is. So what I think I want to do is I'm going to see if I can make her a little bigger. And let's see. So this was the original image. Now this is, if I keep it in the circle, that would be something that I would have no problem really cutting out with Cricut, because it would just be in a circle. The background, oh shoot, something happened. My mirroring turned off. Why? Let me figure out why. Let me try this. Maybe it's this right here that did it. Lost the connection. Turn on, gosh darn it. There we go. Back in business. Alright. So yeah, I got this a little bit bigger. I'll move the words up a little higher. But I'm a little bit outside the barrier here. And bring it up a little higher. And I think I can distort it a little bit so I can get away with just about a quarter. Like right there. On a shirt, I wouldn't mind it coming out a little bit. Okay. There we go. And I can even distort it a little bit. Just to kind of fill in the blank a bit. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. Alright. Okay, so I have a choice. I could either make... Oh, you know, I need to make my signature a little bigger. Hold up. You gonna know who made this nonsense. Let's see. Now, if I knew her little handle that she uses, I would be able to put that like along the side, her and Nick. So, okay, so this is this one. And for those who are just joining me, yesterday I did her husband's. He's a big fan of this One Piece character. And this is kind of his attitude too. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and before I send this off to my printer, I'm going to turn off my background. Let's see, I'm going to flip my image. So let me go ahead and, before I do that, let me select everything. Let's see, this one, and I'm going to go ahead and flip. Oops, I want this one. And I'm going to flip horizontal. You know what? I should flip the circle too. Let me reset. Just for giggles, since everything fit in the circle perfectly. Okay, and flip horizontal. There we go. And she doesn't look too bad. Alright. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and share that to my, let's see, I'm going to use do I want to use PNG? Oh, it doesn't really matter. Because when I bring it into, I'll do PNG. Oh, not yet. I need to turn off the background. But I don't think it matters because I'm just going to trace it. Well, we'll try it. Okay, so share PNG. Okay, I'm going to send that to my drive. Google Drive is awesome. And I'm going to upload. Sweet. And then I think what I'll do is, yeah, I think that's good enough for government work. Okay, so back to my gallery. Oh yeah, I'm going to save it to my computer, or to the iPad here. So I'm going to turn it back on. And I'm going to flip it back around. Let's see. this, and this. There we go. Okay. All right. So that I don't mess up the image here, I'm going to make a copy of it, of both this one and this one, and they'll be my color files, so I don't mess up my outlines. And I'm just going to rename this. Let me cancel that. Go back to the gallery. It's easier to name it here. Okay. Now I'll show you guys how I color on here, and they're pretty. I think this will be pretty simple, but then again, it could take a while. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. Just want to touch you. So if I want to do a print and cut, that's what I will do. Okay, I got to turn on my. Oh, it is on. Make sure there's paper in here. Oh, duh. My setup is sitting on my paper. Hold on. You know, I don't burp at all until I'm on and doing this. Sucks. Trapped air escapes. Okay, so the paper I'm going to load in is a laser copy paper, and that's supposed to be the best for the infusible ink. I'm going to make 2 copies in case I mess up one, because Kim never does that. Alright. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and open up my Photoshop, which will probably crash my computer. And I'm going to download from my drive my image. It should have uploaded by now. This is the problem before, is that I've got so much stuff going on that my internet is slow, processing slow, super slow. And while I'm waiting for all this stuff to open, I'm gonna go grab my markers, and I'll kind of show you guys what angst I go through. Oh, here they are. Nothing's ever this convenient. What I go through when I use this stuff on the paper. Okay, so this is already open. I just need to download it. And while that's thinking, Make sure that my pen is here. Okay. I think this one's gray. No, it's black. Let me use that. All right. Okay, so since it's already flipped, all I have to do is just find it, open it, and print it. I'm going to print 2 copies. One, I'm thinking, maybe I'll do 3, just so I screwed up. This is under downloads. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the opacity, and that'll be over here, and I'll drop it to about 30. I'll do about 39. Let's see how it prints. So, file, print. So one, if I think I've got the time. I think that's light enough. Okay, I'm going to make 2 copies of that. Oh, cancel. I don't want anything to get cut off, so let's see. Let me set it up here. And I want it to fit to scale to media. There we go. And I think it was just telling me because of the outside here wasn't quite right. So let's go ahead and do that. The only downside to having a small image is that my pen is a little thicker than the lines. So all my lines that I create with these markers, the Cricut markers, they're going to come out kind of fat. Now I could scale this, because I'm not going to use the circle right now. I could scale it to where it's a lot bigger, so let's do that too. That way I don't have to whine about this. Control T. Get this thing to catch it. I'm going to scale it a little bigger. Excuse me. But that was loud as hell. Okay. Alright. A lot bigger. We'll bring it up a little bit. And this time I'm not going to have it scaled to fit media. I'm just going to print exactly how we see it. There we go. Make sure it doesn't say. Okay. So we got a little bit on the top, a little bit on the bottom. Okay, and I'll be right back let that print. Okay, so those are printed. Let's see. Well, one printed. Where's the other? Let's see. Oh, I can pay it though. We'll do one more copy. Alrighty, so I'm going to switch to, here we go, my camera here. Dun, dun, dun. So I'm going to file, save. Okay, and then I'm going to bring, I'll just leave it there. Yeah. Okay. And we'll close. Okay, I'm going to switch this to this. There we go. Alright, so this is how it printed out. Maybe move my light a bit. Hopefully that doesn't suck too bad. Okay, so this first one here, this is really good size. I went and found another shirt that I could use. It's not an infusible shirt, so we can see what it looks like when it's not an infusible shirt. This is like 100% cotton, and all the lines that you see here, these will not transfer until I apply the infusible ink. And here's what the other ones look like. And what I'm talking about when it comes to my marker being a little bit too fat, this one right here is a 0.4. Oh, wait, this is the 0.4. This one should work. Hold up. Yeah, so yesterday I didn't have this one in my paw. I didn't realize I had this bad boy. Huh, okay. I was using the 0.1s, and that's this size. And you can kind of see the difference between the two. Couldn't get any really good detail with this bad boy. It still looked good, but it was really super fat. Good to know. I need to go find the other one. But in the meantime, I can probably get away with the smaller one. But where's the fun in that? Let's use the bigger one. I'm not going to do the circle around the outside. Around the outside. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and add my lines. Actually, let me see. I'll be right back. I'm going to go see if I can find my other one. There's this one. Alright, and I'll show you what we had yesterday. Yesterday when I was using just the point, this one right here, this one is the marker 1.0 black. I got these fat outlines. It doesn't suck, but it's not. I couldn't get the fine detail in here. The colors that you see here were done with a fabric marker. And when you use a fabric marker, it looks the best when you're solid. You got some really good solid tones. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so I'm going to use both of these for the fat and the thin. We'll go ahead and do the thin stuff first, like these little skulls up here. I really want my clipboard so I can move it closer. Okay. Got my little clipboard here. Too lazy to take the plastic off. Just fine. Let's see. Okay. You know, I am so. I'll make sure that everything is recording. There we go. Yeah, I should be okay. No, because is that recording the screen? Can't remember what it's recording. Okay, it's not recording the screen. It's recording from the thingy here. Okay. So now I can have my stream in front of me. Oh, okay. Put pen to paper. But what I was going to say is that I'm really super spoiled from using the iPad, because I was just about to do this motion to try to get it to be bigger, and I'm like, God, Dandruff Kim, you are such a tool. Okay, I'm just going to go around the outside here and just kind of work my way down. So this is the one. and I'll come back and get the little guys here. Make sure I'm still on the cam. Just to keep that thick to thin, everything that's going to be on the bottom, I'm going to have this thick line here. Now the cool thing is, if I see something that I didn't like initially and it came out on the printout, I don't have to worry about it transferring because the only things that will transfer is what I add ink to. I'm going to use this around the outside here. Like, I could have really used my other marker yesterday. Now, the cool thing about these markers is that they will not reactivate if you have you know, you go over it with another color. So that means you also can't blend either. Okay, see, I think the rest, I'm going to have the thinner outline. Somewhat hesitant to do these lines, but since Old Girl's kind of malevolent, I don't mind her tail being a little malevolent looking too. These guys being a little thicker, make them stand out. Okay, good enough. And I think on this kind of paper it dries pretty fast. Yeah. Okay. I was just about to do that motion again where you like kind of do that squeezing, spreading. I don't think this gets any smaller than this. So in theory, if you design something by hand, you can just pretty much outline it with this and iron it onto a shirt. Now what I'm going to try to do is iron it onto another shirt. I was about to do that thing again where I can zoom in. So spoiled. In the past, I would just draw directly onto the shirt, you know, and just take my lumps. I would draw in pencil, and then just go ahead and color it with marker there. And I have videos where I've done that, if you'd like to see those. When I was first starting out, I was using my Facebook friends because I like doing caricatures. And I would pick a theme for the month, like Alice in Wonderland. What was the other one I did? I did a Shamrock one, everybody for the month of March, whoever had a birthday in the month of March. The only person I didn't do was myself in March, so I'm like, huh, okay. But I did do my dad. I did some co-workers. Yeah, everybody who became a friend of mine on Facebook, I did a caricature, and I only got to keep it up until July, I believe. I was doing one where it was Ed Hardy themed, so I would do like tattoos of people, caricatures of tattoos of Ed Hardy type things. It was fun. It came out really well. Every day I would do a new one, and I would go to work early and work on it before and film myself before work at lunchtime, and then I would go home and process my video, put some music on it, just have fun with it. I did people as Marvel superheroes, DC and Marvel superheroes. That was fun. Never knew how it was going to turn out. And I think out of all the superheroes that I've drawn the most, I think it's been Wonder Woman. I think I've drawn her the most. When you do your image, you'll have to flip it if you've got words. Well, you'll have to flip it anyway because you'll be placing it face down. See, I'm almost done outlining. And then another, I think what I want to do is color one, outline one, color another one. And supposedly you're able to reuse it at least once. But I think if I do reuse an image that I've already ironed on, I think I would want to you know, add more ink to it. Oops, I was about to do that thing again. That motion. It's just being spoiled. Yeah, I really like coloring digitally, drawing digitally. I'm so spoiled now. Too lazy to draw a keyboard. Maybe the next one will be nice. Doing some keys. Next time I'll probably cheat. Let somebody else do the hard work. I gotta make sure I get everything in here that I want to have in here, or else it won't show. Okay. Every little mistake that you make will show, so you just got to be very precise. But if I do make a mistake and it transfers on here, when I get ready to use my fabric markers, I can probably just kind of cover it up. Okay, let's see. I still got the mouth in this little saucer, and I'm figuring this will be like salsa. Make like a little, put like a little chip in it. Just kind of get random with it. I forgot to put haterade on here, but that's okay. I can always add it with the other fabric markers, I guess. Okay, so this is pretty much outlined, except for the mouth here. I think the next time I do this, I'll bring the opacity down a little further so I can tell what hasn't been hit. Okay, so this next one, I'm going to color the next one. I'll color it in full. Oh, I forgot to do the letters. Okay, let's try this. I keep some of the dark portions in here. Yeah, so this next one I'm going to actually color in completely so you can see what that'll look like and the angst that I go through with the markers. Now these markers do really well if the picture is very simple, like no gradients. So like if you want to do anime, it'll turn out pretty good, and I'll show you what I mean in a sec. Since these don't blend, and a lot of the anime they don't have blending. After this one, I've got one other that I need to do, and that's for my son's girlfriend. I just need to find out who her favorite Genshin character is and see if I can do that as a gamer. One of the things I wanted to do is caricatures of people being played by their favorite character. So for me, that would be like Voss in Far Cry 3, and I'd have Voss playing me. You know, like I have Voss be big, and I'd be on the computer screen. That would be kind of cool. The definition of insanity. I think I can recreate one of the Far Cry 3 images where there's a head in the ground. I want Voss to say something like, "What's the definition of insanity? Oh, have you ever heard the definition of insanity?" or something like that. It's like, haha, Kim, you thought you had your hand on the pussy trigger. But you didn't, Kim, you didn't. I'm going to see if I can outline this a little bit. Okay. Alrighty, and when I'm halfway through, I should do my signature down here. Let's see if I can use the fatter one here. Alright, make sure, I'm just giving it a once over, make sure I've gotten everything. Alright, good enough for government work. Oh, wait. There we go. I'll just kind of give it a hint that there's another one on the other side. Alright. Okay, so that's one. Okay, so here's the other. Okay, this shirt here is an infusible ink shirt, and I use different types of paper to see how it would transfer. So I have cardstock here, and it transferred pretty good. And when I said like anime would transfer over pretty good, it's gorgeous. You can just color it with your fabric marker or leave it black and white. Now my problem was that I didn't leave it on long enough. I only left it on for 40 seconds. When I left it on longer, it came out much better. But still, it's really gosh darn good. And then when I go over it with my fabric markers, this is all with the infusible ink markers, these guys right here. And it looks like I'm missing a couple, so I have to go and grab them. But these are with the infusible ink markers, just transferring right on over. And these were all with the 1.0 marker, the marker. Now, had I used the was it 0.5 or 0.4? The thinner, the 0.4 marker. I could have gotten better detail. So my biggest thing is you never want to draw artwork or color anything that is smaller than your the tip of your marker. Okay, so that's a good rule of thumb. Same thing with crayons, same thing with colored pencils. If the artwork is way too tiny for you to get that detail in there, it's not worth it. You're just messed up. So this is the mixed media paper. So you can basically transfer with virtually any kind of paper. It doesn't blend, so you can see that there's like no blending. I tried to blend these guys together, tried to get them to at least overlap and stuff. Forget about it. The most I got was like right here. And that's with the mixed media paper. Another one, and again, I didn't leave it on long enough. You want to leave it on for at least 80 seconds to do its thing, and then let it cool down for at least another 5 or 6 minutes. Again, the markers just do not blend. This was the closest I could get to blending on Bristol paper. Yeah, it didn't blend. The blue here, it was hard to get a nice, good, soft gradient here. So these markers don't sit on a lot of surfaces very well. The only surface that I could get it to sit on that I could probably play with was, let me pull this out here, this kind of paper. This is the shrink film. When I was using the shrink film, the marker would bead up on top of it, which is a good thing because then I could put 2 different marker colors together and I might be able to make a gradient with it. So I'm going to try it again when I get ready to color this other one. So I'm going to take out one of these. They're sacrificial. And this is what I would make shrinky dinks out of. And these markers, the Cricut infusible ink markers, worked really well with the shrinky dink, only my shrinky dink didn't come out right. So there's that downside. I'm going to cut off a little piece of this because I don't really need the whole thing. Oh god, this thing is thick. Oh, because there's 2 in there. That's brilliant, Kim. Waste. Just take a little bit. No worries. You will not be wasted. You will be used. And if I want to try these over again, I've got these still. I can see if I can go back over it with a little bit more of the ink. And because the paper is still pretty good. It's still in good condition. So when you do decide to draw onto the picture, you want to go ahead and flip this bad boy, or at least if you're doing words, you want to reverse them. And what I did to do the reverse letters is I wrote it on the other side first, and then I could see it from the other end, and I just did it from there. But yeah, so this one right here is the premium paper, is this right here. And it came out pretty good. I didn't use my fabric markers on this. So, but the thing about it is, like, I don't know if I really want my colors to look like this. You know, the eyes came out okay. The red, but I'm gonna try doing it again, but a little longer. Leave it on for about 80 seconds again. Okay, let's get done. Let's get done with this. All right, so I'm going to color. Sorry about that. Cords everywhere. Okay, I'm going to color a bigger one. And let's see what we get. I'll kind of show you what I was going through. I'm missing 2 colors. I'll be right back and we'll see if I can grab those. Nearby. This is a good one. Oh well, I'll find it later. Okay. Alright, I'm not going to sweat it. Whatever color it is what it is. Hopefully it's not a skin tone, but it doesn't matter. I can always use something else. Okay, so I found the other marker, and there's still another marker floating about somewhere. Okay, so these are 0.4s. This is the 0.1. So yeah, I think it's either a green, I don't know what it is. Okay, but when I do fabric, when I draw on fabric, this one right here is amazing. This is the Pentel gel roller. They're obsolete now, but if you can find one out there in the wild, get it. It's worth it. The only downside is that you'll be using it and all of a sudden, nothing. You can't tell when it's dried out. It just doesn't work anymore. It's like, oop, whatever. And then these guys are pretty good. These are the Prismacolor Premier. You can get these at Walmart. It comes in like a pack of 4 at Walmart. If you are really slick, you'll go to an art supply store and get like the pack of 10, I think is what it is. And it's all different sizes. This is the smallest size, the .005. So if you really want to get in there and get those crazy details, it'll get caught up on the fabric, because when the fabric is not the fabric has texture. It will get caught on this texture, but if you're diligent and you work with it, you can really get in there and get those designs, and it's permanent. It won't wash out. It might fade a bit, as everything does when you wash it, but initially it'll go on there, it'll be dark, and you can get in there and get those really super fine details. So all is not lost if you really got to get super detailed into like the very small images, little small areas. Like right here is where I had a skull that I need to put in there, but I couldn't. Like these here are like really tiny areas. You can hear it just kind of going up against the texture of the paper of the fabric. This is t-shirt fabric. It's not smooth, but it's like after a while you get used to it. And real fabric markers, they just glide on this thing. But this right here is not really designed for fabric, but it does the job. Is basically what I'm saying. If you really got to get really super fine details. This one right here, when it goes on super smooth. Okay, all right, enough of that. Keep going, camera. We got things to do. Let's see. So this chick here is like a bluish grayish color, and I wanted to try out. Let me go grab a paintbrush. I'll be right back. So like for the skin, get a, woof, this is a paintbrush for t-shirts. It's really stiff, but it's awesome. This here is a fabric marker that blends. There's no color in it. I think it just has maybe some sort of ink, not ink, what is it called? I don't know, whatever the fabric stuff is, I don't know. It's just clear liquid, but it won't wash out. Okay, using that little square, here we go. Okay, so using this little square, I'm going to see if I can play with some skin tones here. She's got this blue-gray skin. You don't want to use water on your fabric markers. You'll see like people trying to do a watercolor type of effect on their stuff. Over the course of time, when you wash it, that stuff is going to, because you diluted the formula, it will break down. It's not a good thing to do. I had done that with other skin tones that I was doing. Let me pull up the source image here. Let me see if I can turn down my light so you can see it a little bit better. Let's turn it a little bit away. White paper. Okay. Now this stuff I think is still wet on here. I'm just going to put a lot on here. I'm going to put another color here. And what I'm basically trying to do is control how much is going onto the paper. Oh, good. With the paintbrush. Okay, so far this is the only surface that seems to allow me to do this. Any other surface, if you try to do it on paper, if you try to do it like with another like piece of plastic, it doesn't beat up like this stuff does. So get some on here. I'm going to turn it back around because I need light. Kimberly needs her light. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit off the paintbrush and just kind of control it where it goes. I need a better brush. Instead of it just like I would try to do this sort of thing where you get a little bit on here and see if you can move it. It's not moving. It dries really super quick. So where it's darkest, I even threw on a lot, nothing. So I don't know if a Q-tip would work. Just get a lot on there before it dries. And it just kind of sits on the plastic. Yeah, I need a better brush, but you get what I'm doing here. And you smell what the rock is cooking. And I think once it's touching my paintbrush, it's also trying to dry on the paintbrush too. So I'm just trying to work it into the paper a little bit. Now every little mark that you see, it's going to transfer over onto the shirt. So try to get it as smooth as you can. This type of paper will fall apart. You'll start to see it rip apart because it's like oversaturated and whatnot like that. Oops. Okay. Trying to get to this stuff. I need a better brush. This brush is really good for fabric because it gets right all up in its junk. Let's see if I can find a softer brush. This is just to control the flow of what's going on to the paper without ripping it up. Let me see if I can get a little bit of the gray on here. Let me go find a better brush. Oh, actually, let me try this. Even though this is a blender, it didn't do a damn thing for this right here. So I'm going to try it here. Like I said, these colors don't activate. It's whatever you put on there. Once you put it on there, it is on there. It gives no fucks. Pardon my flash. God, it's a little bit better than the other thing. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more of this blue on here. Oops, wrong cap. Just kind of put it under here. And this is also one of the things I tried to do with Crayola markers, not fabric markers, but Crayola markers, is to get that control. Because the stuff just comes out onto your paper and you have no control over it whatsoever. Put a little bit more blue. Oops. And wanted it just a little darker. See, it's starting to rip up too. This paper sucks. You can't really layer. And it's not because of the marker thing here, it's the paper itself. Yeah, this is made for fabric, but the paper will tear itself apart on you. Okay, so let's see. Now, since ordinarily it wouldn't blend, I'm going to see if I can get it to blend with this. So let's see. There's the red, and I'm going to use a little bit of orange. So I'm going to put down the red, and where it bends, I'm going, oops, that's her thingy. I didn't want that there. I wanted it on her hair. That was her cowl. And find out what color that is. I think it's like purple. Okay, so we'll have the darker color. Just put it on there, let it dry. We'll play with this one right here. And I'm just going to use this here. And then I'm going to just kind of get it to a pink tone. Remember how rough it was on the other images? I couldn't get this in there, that tone. Okay, I'm going to try it with the orange now. And we'll put a little bit of orange here. So, oops, you can like overlap, but, oops, got my finger in there. I don't want to overwork it and let it dry. Okay, I'm going to the other side here. And then when that area dries, I'm going to add yellow in between. So if you use a marker like this, brush tip marker, like a Copic type of thing, you want to move. You don't want to just like do it and then kind of pause or slow down. You want to lay that shit down. Lay it down. See, it's already starting to buckle and fall apart. Now, even though the paper wants to fall apart on you, it will still transfer. See all these little fragments? That's what happens when you use, what is it called? Crayola markers. Okay, so for the rest of it, I think, let me see what color she has here. Oh, let me see if I've got my music going. Yeah, okay. Alright, so the outfit is kind of like a dark purple. So let's see. Now you gotta keep in mind that this stuff is gonna come out bright. I don't really have, everything here is gonna be kind of light. So we'll just go with it. Okay, I used two different purples. I think I'll use this one for the darker parts. Oh, you make sure the tip is clean. It's got paper on it from last time. Now all the streaks that you put on here will transfer over. Move this to the side. Kind of reminds me of Mystique a bit. I'm just bringing it up so I can see it a little bit better. I found that if I do big strokes close together, it's not too bad. It doesn't rip up the paper this way because you're not going over it and working it in. It takes patience, of which I don't have. And it flows out really, it flows out a lot, this paper. It doesn't flow as well on the mixed media paper. It comes out, but it feels like the paper is just like super absorbing it. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry in that area. And I'm going to see if I can try my hand at doing a little light tone here. So like this is closer to the light. Yeah, every streak that you see is going to transfer over. So once it dries, that's when I'll come back through and it going in a different direction. And hopefully that'll take out some of that issue. Small areas aren't too bad. So like anime, manga type things, where you don't have colors overlapping. You know, they're their own solid color. Work really well with this. And this doesn't take any time to dry. I mean, it's as soon as it lays down, within seconds, it's pretty much on there. So I think if you use it wisely, like say you do one layer, and say you want to make it a little bit darker, come back after it's dried and just add a little bit more. Or come back in with a different color. So like I want this area to be a little darker, because it's like at the bend. And this is like a shadow. And I'll probably go over it with purple again. But you want your colors to be solid. The more solid it looks, the better it'll transfer over. Okay. I want it a little darker right here. Okay. Now I want her hair to be a little darker in certain places too. Let's see, her bands are deep dark blue. I would use purple. Okay, so looks like I had glitter on this particular. Well, it's not going to smear. Let's see, on that brush, because I can see it kind of sparkling. I'm going to give her like red in her eye. And we'll give her red lips, I think. Now we'll give her deep dark blue lips. Let's see. We'll use this purple. What time is it? Shit. Okay, I don't have a lot of time. Do this. Use a little bit of pink in her eye. And you see it's not activating the color again. I'm going to use a little bit of gray, like right here. Bring this down a little bit more. Use a little bit of orange. And let's see. And a little bit of yellow. Just keep in mind, anything that I don't hit with the fabric mark, with the infusible ink marker, is not going to transfer. So I got to do something about my skulls and stuff. So I think I'll use a little bit of gray, or maybe a light blue around the skulls. Yeah, just to give it that touch. They can look a little rough. hands are everywhere. I'm trying to go fast. Okay, so I'm not gonna break my neck rushing. We'll go ahead and bring these guys over tomorrow. So today I'll just go ahead and color, and then tomorrow I'll go ahead and iron it on, and you can see what it looks like. Okay. I still didn't get a better brush. Let's see, we'll use this one. Now, even after my fabric markers, like something like this one, because it's got a great brush tip, even after it dries out, I still use it to blend other colors together. I'll use it until the damn thing falls off. Her boobs. Yeah, when you use this, you want to keep this pen moving when you try this technique, because as soon as you put it onto your brush, take a little bit off the side here, it comes off pretty wet. And I could probably come a little closer so you guys can see it. Just keep it moving. Now, even if you use another marker on here, the only marker that's going to transfer is the invisible ink marker. Okay, let's see here. Your gloves and stuff are still purple with like the lighter accents. Yeah, coloring takes a bit, so just be prepared for something like that. The colors, let's see, I don't think, if I put a lighter color, I don't know if the lighter color will show. So let me see, I'm going to try maybe a blue. Let's try this blue. We'll use what we got and see if the blue will overlap. Nope. It'll just make the color that's underneath stand out. Okay, I'm going to take these from the tip here. And we're going to try to do a gradient with the blue and the purple. Use different, yeah, let's use the purple. Okay, I'm gonna hit this right here. Ooh, nice and juicy. Okay, here it is. Just kind of keep it going. Hit the paper and keep it moving. I'm going to hit these little lines here. Now, one thing I want to try is I'm going to put make it wet and see if I can make things move on there. With the paper being wet, it barely does it. It's doing it, but it's barely doing it. Yeah, can't catch it fast enough. Make the paper wet. Yeah, so try, if you've got something that'll make it a little bit damp, like this type of not fabric marker, it's allowing me to remake this area wet. Then I add, and then I move. So I'm able to like drag just for a few seconds. It might make the difference. And you gotta remember to let it dry. I think what I want to try is a Copic marker to make it wet and see if I can do the same effect. So I'm going to make it wet here. Hit it with the marker. See if I can get it to move. Make it a little wet. Bring the marker in there. See if I can get it. So yeah, for a few seconds you might be able to get away with it. Shoot. Okay, it's almost time to go. Okay, so tomorrow, or in my next video, I'm going to go ahead and iron. And we'll see how the stuff transfers. Now all these little stupid streaks are going to show. And I'll see if I can dig out a Copic to see if I can make it wet and do the same effect and see if, because literally the only thing that's going to show is the marker itself. Okay. So I'll just keep going for another 10 minutes and then I gotta get going. See her fingers. Put a little bit more red on here. Oh, let's try that trick. Get it wet and then add the yellow. Looks like I still had a little bit of purple on there. Yeah, I still have a little bit of purple on here, which is not a bad thing. Look at that. It's actually doing what I wanted to do. Gotta clean it off, but I still got like purple on it. Let's see. Okay, I'll put a little bit of wetness on here. So if you want to add other colors and stuff like that on there, you'll want to use your lightest color first. At least that's what I suggest. We'll come back tomorrow and we'll see how well this is dried, and then we'll see if we can layer it a little bit more on top of it. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you in the next video. For those who didn't get to see the design being made, I'll go ahead and do it one more time for you. I'll just do a quick screen mirror here. And this bad boy right here. There we go. And I'll just slide this bad boy back over. Alrighty. So these are going to be Christmas gifts for a friend of mine. Oops. Let me go back. Back. There we go. And we should be able to see the video. If you guys like what you see, please like and subscribe. And tomorrow and probably this weekend, I'm probably just going to go ahead and do the live version of me coloring this guy, coloring these guys in onto shirts using the Cricut infusible markers and fabric markers. So fabric markers to help move it along, and then I'm more than likely going to be what's the word, coloring the images digitally as well, you know, because that way I have the option to just do a print and cut. Again, thank you so much for joining me. And if you have any ideas, suggestions, or tips, things like that, feel free to share. I'll share it. Or if you'd like to commission something for maybe a fan out there that's a little off like me, feel free to hit me up either on Instagram, in the comments, and we can talk. I can do a video, and then you can give it as a gift and go, see, we did this in a video. Your shit is famous. Yeah, doing these type of videos and stuff, I would do it as a birthday gift, or like for quinceañeras, and people would be able to see their art being made, and then they'd have it on the wall and go, you want to see this being made? Anyway, I am done. And I will see you guys in the next video. You have a fabulous one, and we'll see how this all turns out. Take care.